This is the trader view for Tuesday, the 24th of June, 2025. And today I stuck to PLTR because it seemed to respect the pivots really well. And today I could have been a bit smarter about a PLTR. The pivot's bias and the value was set higher, but we were opening around R2, so that was gonna make things a little bit tricky with contradictory signals. And I guess I got desperate because we sold off right off the bat from R2, and I didn't really make an entry. There wasn't really an opportunity to make an entry. And then once more, from 139, we ended up selling to S3, and I didn't want to take the trade in the gray area here. But at the end of the day, that's what I ended up doing. We did have a stacks up at the ask and down at the bottom, so it was a bit of a balance day. But the Bulls ended up winning, and so my mistake here was not having confidence to make an entry at S3 after this rejection with volume. The initial white balance was there, so the first 5 minutes was a sell-off that ended up just being a flush to shake out all the short sellers. And at S3, you can see that we respected it very nicely with volume. And so I should have made an entry here, actually, to be honest, but I didn't. And that's when my short bias kicked in. It seemed like we were rejecting yesterday's value to the downside for a continuation, but that was just my previous bias, which is not helping because value was set higher and the pivots were higher, so the S3 traverse was most likely. So this was dumb on my part, and I kind of figured when I made the second entry as well here that it was a mistake. But at least I respected my stop losses. I didn't want to face the possibility of just letting one runner go. So I got stopped out on this one for a continuation of this drop, which is not really, which is more like a continuation of an A trade from R3 to the short side, which is a traverse from R3 to S3. And then the stock continued pushing higher, but because we were still pulling back from the high here, I pulled the trigger on this signal, but not really a smart decision, and I ended up getting stopped out for -2R. So I will say 5 and 7. I could have done a little bit better identifying the actual bias. Had a good trade on level 2. Respected stop losses and respected max loss. This one hurts me a little because it's something that if I had detected, I would have been able to do better on. But at least my loss was very controlled. I ended up at -2R, so I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, I should have avoided the trade after I missed out on this long. There was not really an opportunity to short it since it was so bullish. Yeah, it just went on and on and on. So until the market closed, it just kept going up and up. So it was more of a normal distribution day or double distribution trend day after this flush at the beginning. So it is what it is. I have to do a better job at identifying those trades. So this was I don't even know what this is. So it's not even a good trade. No, not a good execution, and that's what makes me mad. I tried to play those continuations, but I haven't tested them, and sometimes they don't make sense. So yeah, not too good. But my goal is to make sure that this data set is much more solid than my previous ones. So anyways, that's it for my training review today.